happy October 1st. It is Vlogtober 2022. My name is Tracy and I am the podcaster of Knitting on the Float. And the reason my podcast is called Knitting on the Float is because I live on a float house in the Vancouver area. And I live on the float house with my husband Greg.
Hi.
And our two sons, Isaac and Nathaniel. They are not here at the moment. But today, Greg and I are going to go for, I don't know if the helmet gave it away, we're going to go for a Vespa ride. And we're going to go on the Sea to Sky Highway. And where are we going? Destination?
Squamish.
We're going to go to Squamish and see where the day takes us. It is a beautiful, beautiful sunny day here in the Vancouver area, and I imagine it will be beautiful in the mountains as well. So we'll take you a little bit on the journey. I will not be holding the camera while we are driving. Do you recommend that, Greg, driving?
No, I don't.
No,
Unless
no.
you sit backwards. And
Oh, yeah?
You can film behind you.
That would be fun, yeah, if I sat backwards, and we'd probably get pulled over pretty darn quick. Anyway, Greg was really kind and just shined up the glass on my helmet. It's October 1st. I've got my motorcycle jacket with the padding on because we're going a distance. And I've got my gloves. Are we ready to ride?
Ready to ride.
Ready to ride. We have arrived in Squamish. My tushy is sore. How was the ride for you, Greg?
It's good.
It's good. He's happy. Although you did say, one of the things we noticed was there were little bits where you feel really quite cool, so especially in the shade. But right now in Squamish, it is beautiful and sunny. It feels like it's a desert. It feels like it's July 1st, except for the leaves are starting to change a bit of color. And this is where we were in the summertime. So gas is about 20 cents cheaper here than it was in Vancouver. Right now, Vancouver gas prices are about $2.35 a liter, which I know there's places in the world that's nothing, but it's quite expensive here, especially when in Toronto I heard it was close to $1.40 a liter. So to be almost $1 more is crazy. But here it was about $2.23. I think I saw.
Squamish.
So we've driven to Squamish to fill up. Not quite. There's a bakery called Purebread Bakery over here. So I'm going to indulge and get something from there, maybe a cup of tea, relax my tailbone for a few minutes. And then where are we heading after that?
Back home.
Back home, because there's no way I could go beyond Squamish today. We have picked up some lovely little treats, some scones and a couple of beverages. I'd love a hot tea right now, but unfortunately carrying a hot tea on a Vespa is not the smartest idea. What we're going to do is we are just going to leave the city part, or the busy part of Squamish, and we're going to go to a local provincial park, sit down, enjoy our treats, and then head back home. One thing I am noticing, when we were here in July, a lot of the mountains in the background had snow on them, and not so much snow right now. It is October 1st, Vlogtober, and soon though, I do see in the mountain behind me there's a little bowl up there that's got a little bit of snow in it. Anyway, I'm going to put this away. Greg's just putting some gas in the Vespa, and then we will be on our way for treats and drinks and then the long ride home. We have just pulled off the highway beside a beautiful little lake, and there's people out actually doing water sports on the 1st of October. Greg's got his beverage. I grabbed a bottle. And what is your treat, Greg?
It's supposed to have apples in it.
Yeah, I forget.
It's like an apple turnover thing.
Let's see. Beautiful. And I have a peach raspberry passion fruit scone, something like that, with my caramel frappuccino. I wanted something in a bottle. I really wanted a hot tea. How is it?
It's good. Yeah.
That's good. So anyway, we're going to enjoy our treats while sitting beside this small lake just off of the busy highway. So I think that is a wrap on October 1st. A nice drive into the mountains. We still have the drive to go out of the mountains, and there's actually a mountain behind us. I didn't get a very good shot of Chief Squamish, which is the monolith that is famous in Squamish, BC. It was a bit hazy where we were. If we had gotten gas at the other gas station, I would have gotten a really good shot of it, but that's for, I guess, another day. Probably not in Vlogtober, but anyway, a nice quick drive out to Squamish. It feels a little bit indulgent, doesn't it, to drive up here, get something from a bakery, and just sit in a park and enjoy. But that's what Saturdays are for, I guess.
It's a nice day.
It's a beautiful day. Anyway, we will see you tomorrow for Vlogtober Day 2. Bye. When you're in bear country, you need to make sure you dispose of everything properly. Him in there. Now we are putting some stuff in, but these are coming home with us for recycling.
Yep.
We are now home, and I said I can barely walk, and you said?
It's a little bit of discomfort.
It's a little bit, and despite that?
I'm glad we did it.
Okay.
You'll feel better in 20 minutes or so.
Will I? Okay, yeah. I'm not sure about that.
It'll all be like ancient history.
Okay. All I know right now is it took me a lot longer to get off the Vespa than it usually does. And my tushy is really, really sore.